Hi, this is Joshua Jandruski, and today we're going to talk about creating a Google document. First, you're going to need to open your Google Chrome browser and log into your my.ccpsnet.net account. Once that is open, it will bring you to your Chesterfield Applications Access page, where you will see a Google Docs Drive icon, which you will need to click on in order to open up your Google Drive. Once your drive is loaded, it will bring you to all your documents that have either been shared with you or you have created under your My Drive page. Since this is your first time creating a document, yours should be blank. Now, in order to create a document, we're going to need to click the red Create button here in the top left corner. It will prompt us to ask us what type of application we'd like to create. Since we're talking about documents, we're going to click the Create Document. Now, for all intents and purposes, you've officially created your first Google document. Now, just like any other word processor, Google Docs has the applications that you're used for, such as your font, your size, bold, italics, underlines, alignment, and lists and everything that you want. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the things that sets Google Docs apart. First, let's talk about naming your document. When you want to name your document, you need to come up here to where it says Untitled Document. Once you click that, it's going to prompt you to rename the document. Now, since you're going to be creating a lot of documents, you're going to want to come up with a strategy that's good for you, your students, or whoever you're sharing your documents with. So something that I've found is pretty easy to do is first start off with the year that the school year's in. Go with a dash, what class period it is. So I'm going to say this is for my Math Honors 7 class. And then a brief description of what the document is. So something we used was a grading rubric for a dream vacation. So I'm just going to call it Dream Vacation Rubric. And you just hit OK. And see if I spelled something wrong, and it's going to prompt you to fix it. Then you can just change that to what it is. So, if you notice up here, we have 2014 Honor 7 Dream Vacation Rubric, and it is now officially named. As we said before, Google Documents has the same features as any other word processor that you're used to in your toolbar that prompts up when you open it. But it also has some nice features in some of these tabs up here. So if we take a look at the Insert tab, you'll notice you got lots of different things you can choose from. So if you just want to insert an image, this will bring up a window, and you can either upload it from your computer, you can take a snapshot if you have a webcam on, you can put it in by URL, or if you have something saved in your drive already, you can also upload it with that. We also have in the Insert tab this link field, and if you used word processing before, you know that in order to insert a hyperlink into your Word document, you had to copy-paste the link, and it would be a very lengthy paste, and that could take up a lot of space, or you could link a word to it, and that was a hard process to do. But Google Documents makes it very easy. So all you would have to do with this is, if you had your link, find whatever you want to talk about, type it in. So let's just say I was talking about Gmail. Now obviously that's not very long, but if, let's say it was a really long one, you could just type in whatever your word you want was, and then it would link it with that. So you just click it, and it would take you to the Gmail. We also have in the Insert tab the equation editor for Google, and being a math teacher, this is, I think, the most important thing to have, and it has everything that you need in order to make equations. So if you need to write up some problems that you need the kids to have, this would be the tool that you would use. We also have some other things such as a table where you can use the grid to organize your data, or like I said, I needed to create a rubric. We can do that. We also have this comment feature, which we'll talk about later, but basically what that does is it allows you to highlight a group of text, and then depending on somebody's sharing features, You can just comment back and forth without editing the actual text in order to work collaboratively with somebody. We have basic things such as inserting a footnote, special characters if you want a horizontal line to break stuff up, page numbers, page count, break, header, footer, bookmarks, and table of contents. There's also different formatting things such as in that toolbar. In the Tools tab we have a spelling checker. Now obviously we don't have anything written in our document right now, but let's say we wrote something out that said John went to the store and bought a carton of milk. Now obviously we spelled carton wrong. Now you could just right click it and it would bring up what you want. Or if you had like an entire thing and you want to go through and right click everything, we could go on the Tools tab, hit spelling, and it'll bring it up. And it'll tell us what we want. So we can either ignore it if we know that it's right, or we can change it. So obviously we want to change it. Also in here we have research. Research is one of the best things they have on the Google Docs. So what this has is in this tab right here we have filter results. Now the G stands for Google, so this is like using the Google search engine to just search things like a carton. So if you wanted to figure out what a carton was, it would define it. If you just want images of cartons, you can have those. Say you were working on something and you wanted that picture, you can drag that picture in, and now you have a picture of a carton in there. Say you wanted to know some quotes that had the word carton in them. This would do it, but we have nothing with the word carton in it. Or if we just need a dictionary. It tells you what a carton is. So I think that's a really cool feature that it has. This will work well with if you are working collaboratively as a group of students and you need to put together a presentation and say somebody doesn't know what something is. They can look it up with the research, or if you need to find something quick, you can do that as well. Something else in here we got is define. Now we obviously define was just bringing up the research tab, and that was if you just want to only define something. We have word count, which sometimes you obviously know that you need to only have a certain amount of words in something, so this brings up your pages, words, and your characters. The final thing we have up here in our toolbars is what Google has as add-ons. Now add-ons are Google's, I guess we'd say, trial applications they have for certain things. So they have lots of things in here that can be beneficial to you. So if you think your students would need a thesaurus, you can add a thesaurus in there. You can have table of contents. We have highlighting tools, things like that. Now, the thing with add-ons is they're trial versions of things that Google is working on. Now, if it really works out and a lot of people like it, more than likely Google adds them to the program. But just be careful with them because they can be added in at any time, but also they can be taken away at any time. So just be careful with the add-ons, but definitely check in on those and make sure you're using everything, because they sometimes have some stuff in there that's beneficial to you. Another great thing about Google and their applications is the share feature. If you take a look up here in the top right corner, we have a blue share icon, and if you click that, it'll bring up this window that lets you change your share settings. Now by default, anything you create is private. It's only owned by you. Now you can change that setting by clicking on this blue change word right here. And since this is all through Chesterfield County Public Schools, it's got a couple of options that involve that. But if you look up here at the top, we got public on the web, which basically means you're going to publish this, and anybody who types in something that has to do, say, Dream Vacation rubric, will be able to find this. We also have anyone with a link, and if you look back here, we have a link to share. So if you copied this link and you pasted it into something, they would be people that would be able to access that. So that'd be anybody who has that. We have Chesterfield County Public Schools, so in Google applications you can search for things. So if, say, you were looking for a grading rubric for your class, if you typed in rubric, it would probably come up with this if you searched it, and I shared it with Chesterfield County Public Schools. Or we have people with Chesterfield County Public Schools with the link, which means they have to be logged into the server and I have to be able to send them the link for it. Or we can say specific people. So I'm going to say specific people because there's only certain people I want to have this. So if you notice now, it still says only you can access, but that's only because I'm the only one that's here. So if you see, it says I'm the owner. And now, in order to share it with somebody, we have invite people. Now, in order to invite people, you just type their email address in down here. So I'm going to send this to my personal Gmail account, but I don't want to give myself full access to it. So if you see right here next to it, we have can edit. Now, I don't want to be able to edit it with the other one, so it prompts me to have 3 other features. So can edit would allow whoever you share it with to make changes to it, share settings, share it with whoever they wanted, basically do anything that you can do with it. Now when you do that, say you wanted to share this rubric with your students, if they made any changes to it, it would make changes to everything. So we don't want that to happen. We also have can comment, and can comment is they can view it and they can use that comment feature we talked about before, or we have can view, which is basically just like a PDF version that'll store for them. So I'm going to go with can comment because I want them to be able to comment on it if they have any questions. And after you do that, you just click send. Now you'll notice after you send it, that other person will pop up here, and you will see that it has can comment here. And if you wanted to change that at some point, like say you accidentally gave them can edit access, you can go back and let them change it. Or if you just didn't want to have anything to do with that document anymore, you could give them ownership of it. So that's our share setting. We also have a way of storing our stuff in Google applications, and that's called our folder system. So if you notice right here next to where you renamed your document, there's a little folder. So if you click that folder, it's going to bring up all the different ways we can, or all the folders we can save it in. Now these are all my folders, but yours, since you haven't created anything yet, yours is going to be blank. So you're going to want to click Create New Folder down here. Now, just like we talked about when naming the document, you're going to want to name your folders also. So again, I'm going to call it 2014. I'm going to call this my Honors 7 class, and I'm going to call this Handouts because I want to be able to just put all of my handouts I want in this and easily be able to access it. So once you have that done, you're going to hit Create, and you should see it pop up in your document. Now, I already had a handouts folder, so that's why I have 2 here. Now what you can do with these folders is we can go into those folders by going back to our drive and finding the folder. Here's my 2014 handout. Now with these folders, you can distribute these to students as well. They have the same share features as the document. So if you wanted to, you can go into share, and then you could share that with each student. And now instead of having to share your documents or any other application individually, you could take that document and just drag it into your folder, and it would automatically share it with any of the students. So that is creating a Google document. I hope you guys learned something, and we'll see you next time.